What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Destiny. You know, while we've been gallivanting around Neomuna trying to learn about the secrets of the Veil, helping the Cloudstriders and the people of Neomuna, we kind of forgot something, didn't we? Home. What the heck is going on at home? They're dealing with the entire pyramid fleet back there, aren't they? I mean, did we even think to go back and help them? Well, yes, of course we're going to go back and help them, but the problem is that when you're focusing on a Let's Play where you need to be going through concurrent stories, it's kind of awkward to jump back and forth. But during the opening of Lightfall, we probably got our very first instance of a season that truly ran alongside the campaign itself concurrently. I mean, I would say the only other time you could really make that argument was during Season of the Undying, all the way back in Shadowkeep, but even that was sort of loosely connected. It honestly had more to do with the raid than it did with the campaign itself. Right now, there's a lot going on, and it doesn't just involve the people in Neomuna, it involves our own people, the Last City. And we need to figure out what we're going to do to help the people there and to stop the war that's been going on. So today, we're going to be jumping into the first of the 4 seasons of Lightfall, Season of Defiant. Now, this has been sitting on the holoprojector for quite some time. You may have noticed it many times throughout this Let's Play, but we're going to finally interact with it and have ourselves a listen.
May this transmission reach you, wherever you find yourself. The scepter will rest true in the hands of its wielder, but a message comes with no such guarantee. In the aftermath of the Witness's attack, the Vanguard called for aid. On behalf of the awoken people, I answered. We now face a war on 2 fronts. One on the far reaches of the system, and the other at your home, Earth. Continue your fight against the voice in the darkness. I will assist as best I can in your absence. But even my powers have their limits. Return when you are able. Your people need their heroes.
All right, Mara, sounds like a plan. So as thanks for many of the different times where we have helped Mara out, what with the Dreaming City and the Forsaken campaign, and with Season of the Lost back right before the launch of Witch Queen, feels like she has finally decided to repay the favor. So she is going to be leading the front, and we need to go answer. So let's speak with Mara Sov at the farm in the EDZ. Does anyone remember the farm? The farm's been gone for a very, very long time, but why don't we head back there? It is a landing zone after all. Let's go. We haven't been to this place, I think, since the Destiny 2 Vanilla campaign. It's been so unbelievably long. This place was not used very much. I mean, as soon as the tower was willing and able, the farm became irrelevant, and that was at the end of that campaign, the Red War campaign. So, we're finally going back. Not that there's a whole lot we're going to be able to do here, at least I would assume, but we'll see what's going on anyway. There is something nostalgic about being here, though. But welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the farm. And off in the distance, we have the Shard of the Traveler, which we explored oh so long ago to get our powers back. Although the farm does seem to be in so much more disrepair than it was when we left it. What exactly happened here? Oh, but this music. Okay, first of all, oh, this music immediately gets to me. Michael Salvatore, man, you were a genius. I mean, you still are a genius. He's not dead. He's just not working at Bungie anymore, unfortunately. But man, the stuff that he was able to craft was so phenomenal. So good. Even if I did hate the Red War campaign, you'll never get me to knock it for the music.
Hello, Guardian. Good to see you again. Wish it were under better circumstances. I don't believe we've met. Devrim K. Velasque.
Velasque, I am Mithrax, Kell of the House of Light.
I'd heard the Vanguard had Elixni allies in the city. Good to have you here.
Yes, many have come to the Vanguard's aid. Mara Kell is using her light to protect us.
Kell, there is no need for honorifics. And my power is not of the light.
Afraid we must cut the pleasantries short. In the aftermath of the attack on the Traveler, the Shadow Legion has begun taking captives to the pyramids.
Amanda Holiday is... We cannot reach her on any frequency.
Holiday is out there. Of that I'm certain. I'll continue scanning the comms. Knowing her, she's up to something. The only question is what precisely. Give me a moment to prepare the LZ, and I'll brief you. Until then.
Together, we will save the captives and Amanda. The light provides.
You will need more than the light to stand against the witness. But I can provide. Now go, and I will focus on the battles to come.
Okay, there we go. So visit the Holland projector at the farm for a briefing from Devon K. If this is something we could do at any time, but we're doing it now.
All right, Guardian. I'll keep it brief. The witness took a swing at the Traveler, and when we tried to intervene, our pilots went down. Amanda Holiday among them. The survivors, what there were of them, went to ground near Trussland and Old Russia. Now the damned Shadow Legion is picking through the wreckage and capturing prisoners. We're running rescue ops in the EDZ now. Crow has gone ahead to scout the defenses. He's reporting the Pyramid outpost is utterly impenetrable. Fortunately, the Queen is on our side. Mara is imbuing you with otherworldly power. Awoken magics and all that. I'm not sure how it works myself, but if she believes you can make it through, I'm not about to disagree. I'm glad you're here, Guardian. I'll see you in the field.
You know, funny how whenever anything ever happens on Earth, it always happens either in Russia or Europe. You know, it's a really big planet. There's a lot going on, but I'm not about to complain. At least it's a familiar territory. Okay, so you, Devon Crow, and Mithrax will be attempting a rescue mission. The pyramids themselves are impenetrable, but the ritual Mara is engaging and should help you with that. Mara is imbuing you with otherworldly power, awoken magics. Yeah. We got the gist of that already. So, infiltrate the Pyramid Outpost in Defiant Battleground EDZ. Yes, indeed, we have ourselves a whole new set of Battleground missions that we're going to be taking care of, much like we dealt with in PsyOps Battleground and in the Standard Battlegrounds back in Season of the Chosen. Now, I gotta say, oh yeah, we also can't forget the Battlegrounds we dealt with in Season of the Seraph as well. I gotta say, though, these have got to be my favorite of any of the Battlegrounds just due to the interesting locations that you go to. Probably more than any other. So, these are selectable from the map, so we're just going to set this one. There is a very high chance I won't run into anybody for matchmaking for this. That's not to say that it's guaranteed. We might. In fact, the fact that it already says evaluating Guardians tells me that we probably will. But trying to get a fresh match is not going to be easy to do because not a lot of people are going back and playing Legacy content, and if they are playing these Battlegrounds, there is actually a separate playlist for them inside the helm that we unlock after doing a set number of these, and that's where most people who are playing this activity are. Which makes sense, because that is where all of the good loot is. That's where the activity is a lot more punishing. This is the basic, like, select the strike from the map version of this for an activity that is no longer going to be available once the final shape comes out. So that's why it's going to be really hard to get a full group for this, and we're going to have to bring our A-game, because even if it is a lot easier this way, these Battlegrounds are actually no joke. They're quite high on the enemy density.
This is Amanda Holiday. My ship was disabled during combat and I was forced down in the EDZ. While I was waiting for evac, I saw a Shadow Legion patrol leading a group of captives to a pyramid. I'm sneaking into the facility with the prisoners. I'll bring my comms along as a beacon. Whoever hears this, tell the Guardian to gear up and follow my signal. I'll be waiting. Repeat emergency transmission.
Let's go!
This is Amanda Holiday. Does anyone read me?
There she is. I'm so glad to hear your voice.
Hey, Devram. Good to hear you too. I was starting to worry I'd snuck in here for nothing.
Quite clever of you. A bit risky, though. Can't say I condone it.
Risky? Ain't you the fella who once ran a Cabal blockade just for fresh eggs?
Where in the facility are you, Amanda? Guilty as charged. Just hold tight, my dear. Reinforcements are on their way.
I'm in the cell block with the prisoners. The Guardian can follow my comm signal right to us.
They've hit a bit of a roadblock at the moment, but fear not, they're en route.
All right, let's get to work. We're going to be killing a lot of enemies throughout these Battlegrounds as, like I said, the enemy density in these is ridiculously high, but I love them for that. Honestly, big fan of these. These are just some really awesome just beautifully designed locations that we're been going into. Not to mention, you're going to see combinations of the Ascendant Plane in terms of this, as well as pyramid tech. So it's just a nice combination of some of the most brilliant designed in terms of art design locations in Destiny all at once. I think that made sense. I tried to put those words together in a way that did, but we're going to be killing a lot of big guys. I got myself a new Snorri FR5 here that has Reservoir Burst on it. Oh, I meant to throw that out. There we go. It has Reservoir Burst on it and Stats for All, so it's a little better than the Reservoir Burst Steady Hands one that I'd been using up to this point in the Let's Play. Got it from a Banshee engram, so I'll be sure to use those when I can. And as you can see, I'm not using Quicksilver here. I'm using what is called Old Sterling. It has Rewind Rounds and Demolitionist, so it's giving me my grapple charges back a lot faster and allowing me to use them more, but also I am reloading every time I do it. But because of the Rewind Rounds, I can also continue to cast these faster. Don't take my Tangle, sir. Well, that wasn't for you. That's for me. Big rule of etiquette. It's just proper etiquette. Don't take people's Tangles whenever... like, if you do it by accident, it's like, whatever. But, like, if you're going out of your way to grab other people's Tangles just so you can throw them to do explosive damage, probably not a good idea, because every single class type has a very specific use case for their Tangles, and I can guarantee you they want to use those. Like, I think Titan might be the only one where you can kind of get away with, like, taking theirs away. Warlocks and Hunters, though, they need their Tangles. Don't steal them. All right, so you can see with all of those kills, I was able to get 2 grapple charges back, which is just awesome. And we'll keep using those as we get more reloads going. Kill the big guy here. Looks like you had a pod dropped on your head. Here, I got you. There we go. We are dealing with a lot of... we're going to be dealing with, like, younger players, new lights and whatnot in an activity like this, too, because... no veterans are out here playing the basic map version. They are out playing the playlist version unless they happen to be also making a Let's Play right now, which I really doubt is the case. Because nobody makes Let's Plays of Destiny. They would be stupid to do that. All right. There we go. Finally managed to kill all those guys. So all the way over there, huh? How are we going to get to it? Why, Sparrow, of course.
We will breach the pyramid not through its walls, but through the very fabric of reality. Harness my power and enter the Ascendant Plane.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, now this is where things get really, really freaking cool, I think. Big fan of this. So I've also got a circular logic here with Keep Away Demolitionist. Keep Away is just for the reload Demolitionist, well, to add to the grenade charges that I'm already running through while I go through this battleground.
I had several good ideas for this jailbreak, but traversing an alternate reality was not among them.
Guardians doing what now? I swear, the longer I know y'all, the stranger things get.
Stranger still, now that the witness has arrived.
You know, for all that's going on right now, the thing that I'm the most confused about is how our comms are still working here. That doesn't make any sense, and I don't know how y'all died, but okay. Well, let's get to it. If I can grapple off that same point again so I don't waste my second grapple because I stupidly went into a wall here. Excuse me. Okay, let's throw that over there at that Minotaur, see if we can't take him out. There is a Vandal back there trying to kill me. Get him to put his shield up. That'll buy us a little bit of time. There's also a lot of explosives all over the place. You got to watch out for those. These things right here, if you get close, if you're fast, you can shoot them before... I mean, I've definitely shown that before, but just kind of another example of that. Okay, hold on. Did you really jump down here? No. Okay, machine gun time. Let's do it. There we go. Beautiful. And the fact that I can also reload this thing with Demolitionist is going to be nice, too, because reloading a machine gun is the worst thing about machine guns. All right, let's keep going. We'll take care of all these so that those two don't run into them as we go, since I am staying pretty far ahead of them at the moment. And I don't want to be completely selfish and a jerk to a couple of randoms. Again, got to be courteous. Whatever killed him back there, it wasn't my bombs, because I definitely destroyed all of those. Okay, that Threaded Spectre killed so many things. It did come back to me at the end. I couldn't believe that. Sometimes the Threaded Spectre just goes on its own little missions, and you never know where it's going to end up until it just suddenly reappears again.
Light, and summon a balefire in its place. It will consecrate this place and drive the darkness out before it.
I will do that, ma'am, but you're going to have to be patient with me. I've got to kill all these enemies that are surrounding it, especially the things making the Acolyte eyes right now. There we go. And now, ignite the balefire. Okay. And for doing that, that is going to clear a lot of the corruption ahead, which is going to give us a place to go up and to continue into the pyramid.
Whatever you did out there must have worked, Guardian. You got base security chasing their tails. Looks like they're deploying some heavy firepower to stop you, though.
There's something up ahead. It's bringing back a memory, or Aldrin's memory, I guess. A familiar voice. Be careful, Guardian.
Okay, Crow, you got it. That looks familiar to me. Aha! Yes! How could we forget you, the giant meatball?
Defilers. They are but empty shells filled with the desires of a greater will. Trust in your light, and they cannot stop you.
Probably not, but I am going to still have a lot to deal with in here, so let's try to kill what we can before we start focusing on the blights themselves, because using the super on those is not the most brilliant thing in the world. There we go. Okay, we can ignite another balefire here to clear the corruption out underneath our feet. Sup, big guy? Can we start doing damage to you? Yes, we can. Okay, we know how this guy behaves. Same as always. Let me see if I can't do that to get a whirling maelstrom going. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's fly in here and take out some more things. I don't think I created a tangle. There we go. I did that time. Okay, I'll just kind of let that get to work. I'm going to step out while I let everything heal for a moment. There goes my Threaded Spectre. My goodness, going to work again. I don't think that one's coming back, though. It definitely has a hit limit. All right, there goes the first one. Let's ignite our balefire. Oh, there is just one. Okay, there's one per phase. I see. That makes sense. For some reason, I thought there was 1 and then 2 and then 3, but I was remembering incorrectly. It has been a while since I've done one of these, because I haven't really played Season of the Defiant since the season came to an end, if I'm being completely honest with you. I pretty much experienced it in its full back then, so while I remember these battlegrounds pretty well, I don't remember all of the intricacies about them, because, well, I didn't really need to. I mean, it was a pretty simple season to get through, which I gotta say, like, last year was definitely when the seasons really started to hit their stride, and this season really continues that trend well. Okay. Well, all these seasons do, but I think they get even more interesting actually starting with the next season, which makes sense. I mean, this is Season of the Defiant is an important season, don't get me wrong, but it's also one of the seasons that comes alongside the campaign, and those are always supposed to be the least dense seasons because, well, you're supposed to be focusing on campaign content. I'll just let that work its way through the blight, or not. Can I kill you, please? Thank you. All right, let's, no. All right. Can't believe I just got yeeted from the blight like that. All right, let's ignite this balefire. And there we go. All right, y'all with me? Let's get to work. Ooh, we got big guys. We got big guys. Take them out with the machine guns. That's what they're for. Let's see if I can get a reload in here. Let's throw that up there. Don't you dare. And yes, I can take a ride on my own whirling maelstrom. Beautiful. And there we go. Now, would you believe me?
I tested the perimeter of that pyramid for hours, but couldn't find any entry points. And now the Guardian just walks in?
It depends on one's point of view. The walls of the prison may be impenetrable, but the walls between worlds are not.
You never did have much respect for boundaries, did you?
Oh my goodness, look at this place. Anyways, as I was saying, would you believe me if that wasn't even the final boss of the battleground? There's more. We have one more fight on our hands. Like I said, these things are pretty dense, and I like these battlegrounds much more than any of the previous ones.
On my radar, Guardian. The prison cells should be just ahead. The head guard's a real piece of work, though, so watch yourself.
Let's get to work. Okay, so the way that this works is very, very simple. We're just going to engage Vincus. I love his name. It's not Vincus, it's Vincuous, but still, Vincus sounds funnier, so I'm going to call him Vincus. So let's get to work and start taking these guys out. We'll get one of those going. I think, is there another tangle over here? Yes, there is. I will take that. We can start doing some damage here. Now, we're going to get to a point here in this fight where the arena itself is going to become poisoned with some dark air. Now, that's where the mechanic is going to start to kick in.
Target powerful taken. Seize their essence.
And in fact, we're there right now. Okay, so I'm going to ignite the Balefire. This is a safe space right here. But now we need to get the taken essences, and we're going to get those by killing certain enemies in here. So hang tight. They'll start to spawn in. You'll know them when you see them, but don't leave the bubble until you see those essences, because we can't damage the boss right now. Okay. I mean, you can leave, but you see I've got a little bit of a countdown, and once that countdown ends, the safeguard countdown, that's when I'm going to start taking damage by staying out here for too long. So let's grab that first one and run back and consecrate it. Okay, there's the first. Now we're going to take this and we're going to throw it at the boss. Does some of his shield, but not all of it. Let's kill you next. Throw that tangle out there. And luckily, the safeguard continues, because every single time I grab one of those essences, it resets the timer. Well, that just sailed over his head. I thought that was going to home in on him, and it sure didn't. Okay, good to know. Where are you? Let's try this again. Once more with feeling. I love these two right now. Not really doing much, are we? There we go. Okay, let's get up here and kill this one next. Is that another essence for me? I do believe I grabbed it, but I could be wrong. I got it. Okay, we're good. Last ball. Got him. Okay, that one did sail into him. Now we can start doing damage again, but notice he does have another health section on him. So once we get down to that, we're going to have to do it all over again. Woo! And notice we are still not in safety. The bit where the Balefire is safety. I thought I swung through that. Apparently I didn't. Okay, here we go. All right, let's ignite this next one, and then we can move up. Beautiful. Okay, let's get back to work. And now if I can just find a wizard, that would be great. There we go. Okay, I got my essence, so we're good. Now we'll dunk this one and then focus on the next one. If I wasn't the only one doing the mechanic right now, this would be going a lot faster, in case that wasn't immediately obvious. But we'll take that. There we go. I honestly think these two are in a group right here. So, like, they're working, they're just playing together as buddies and not really paying attention to the mechanic all that much, or they don't even know it, which is equally possible. Okay, we got an enemy way up there. Let's see if I can't get to it really quickly before I die. Okay, there we go. Wanted to get that safeguarded timer going again. Let's hurry. Consecrate the last one. There we go. Excuse me, you guys. Okay, make sure to refresh the Balefire timer for the safeguarding. I can reset my machine gun with a little bit of a grapple cancel. And there we go.
Extraction confirmed. The hostages are on their way back to the farm. Good work, everyone.
Guardian, my ship's nearby, but she took a beating. I could use your help getting her out of here.
Okay, so that about covers everything I wanted to. I'm going to call that one an episode, and we will head back to the helm in the next episode and get to take a look at the loot and whatnot. We're also going to get a cutscene to start off the next episode, so I hope you're all looking forward to that. A little bit of story, which is nice because we're going to be getting a lot more of that in Season of the Divine. It's a really good story, I actually think, and which is going to be the case over every season for this the entire Lightfall cycle. But with all that said, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this episode very much, and I'll see you all in the next one.